In this lecture, you are going to learn about an application text search. In this section, we shall see that the abstract study of the previous section, where we consider the problem of deciding whether a sequence of bits ends in 0 1 is actually an excellent model for several real problems that appear in applications such as web search and extraction of information from text. Let us see finding strings in text. A common problem in the age of the web and other online text repositories is the following. Given a set of words, find all documents that contain one of those words. A search engine is a popular example of this process. The search engine uses a particular technology called inverted indexes, where for each word appearing on the web, a list of all the places where that word occurs is stored. Machines with very large amount of main memory keep the most common of these lists available, allowing many people to search for documents at once. Inverted index techniques do not make use of finite automata, but they also take very large amounts of time for crawlers to copy the web and set up the indexes. In this sentence, you must know about what is crawlers. A web crawlers are mainly used to create a copy of all the visited pages for later processing by a search engine that will index the downloaded pages to provide fast searches. Crawlers can also be used for automating maintenance tasks on a website, such as checking links or validating HTML code. There are a number of related applications that are unsuited for inverted indexes, but are good applications for automation based on techniques. The characteristics that make an application suitable for searches that use automata are, if you take first one, the repository on which the search is conducted is rapidly changing. For example, every day news analysts want to search the day's online news articles for relevant topics. For example, a financial analyst might search for certain stock ticker symbols or names of companies. If you take another example, a shopping robot wants to search for the current prices charged for the items that its clients request. The robot will retrieve current catalog pages from the web and then search those pages for words that suggest a price for a particular item. The second example, the documents to be searched cannot be catalogued. For example, Amazon.com does not make it easy for crawlers to find all the pages for all the books that the company sells. Rather, these pages are generated on the fly in response to queries. However, we could send a query for books on a certain topic, you can say finite automata, and then search the pages retrieved for certain words. Example, excellent in a review portion. Non-deterministic finite automata for text search. Suppose we are given a set of words which we shall call the keywords, and we want to find occurrences of any of these words. In applications such as these, a useful way to proceed is to design a non-deterministic finite automaton which signals by entering an accepting state that it has seen one of the keywords. The text of a document is fed one character at a time to do this NFA, which then recognizes occurrences of the keywords in this text. There is a simple form to an NFA that recognizes a set of keywords. Suppose there is a start state with a transition to itself on every input symbol. Example, every printable ASCII character if we are examining text. Intuitively, the start state represents a guess that we have not yet begun to see one of the keywords, even if we have seen some letters of one of these words. For each keyword A1, A2, AK, there are K states. You can say Q1, Q2 up to QK. There is a transition from the start state to Q1 on symbol A1, a transition from Q1 to Q2 on symbol A2, and so on. The state QK is an accepting state and indicates that the keyword A1, A2 up to AK has been found. Let us take one example. Suppose we want to design an NFA to recognize occurrences of the words web and eBay. The transition diagram for the NFA designed using the rules whichever I mentioned earlier. You can see on the diagram that is shown on the screen. State 1 is the start state and we use sigma to stand for the set of all printable ASCII characters. State 2 through 4 have the job of recognizing web, while states 5 through 8 recognizes eBay. Let us move to the next slide. In this, the topic is a DFA to recognize a set of keywords. We can apply the subset construction to any NFA. However, when we apply that construction to an NFA that was designed from a set of keywords, according to the strategy of a previous section, we find that the number of states of the DFA is never greater than the number of states of the NFA, since in the worst case, the number of states exponentiates as we go to the DFA. This observation is good news and explains why the method of designing an NFA for keywords and then constructing a DFA from it is used frequently. The rules for constructing the set of DFA states is as follows. First step, if Q0 is the start state of the NFA, then Q0 is one of the states of the DFA. Let us take step B. Suppose P is one of the NFA states and it is reached from the start state along a path whose symbols are A1, A2 up to AM. Then one of the DFA states is a set of NFA states consisting of first one Q0, second one P, third one every other state of the NFA that is reachable from Q0 by following a path whose labels are suffix of A1, A2 up to AM. That is, any sequence of symbols of the form AJ, AJ plus 1 up to AM. You must note that in general, there will be one DFA state for each NFA state P. However, in step 1, two states may actually yield the same set of NFA states and thus become one state of this DFA. For example, if two of the keywords begin with the same letter, you can say A. Then the two NFA states that are reached from Q0 by an arc labeled A will yield the same set of NFA states and thus get merged in the DFA. Whatever the topics we discussed so far, these topics are covered in an application text search. In the next lecture, you are going to learn about finite automata with epsilon transitions.